Investing in properties is something that almost every civil servant or public servant has come to do. But the mistake that most people make is they invest blindly. People invest almost like without some form of strategy, and just like you would not, if you feel ill, you don't feel very well. Just like you will not just go to the pharmacist and ask them for all the sorts of medications that you see in their shop. You will need a doctor who will send you to a diagnosis lab. You will do diagnosis, they'll know what is wrong with you before treatment is administered. That is how investing is. You don't just invest, you don't just buy properties because you feel like it. No, you buy properties because it's strategic and it makes a lot of sense on the business side. It will interest you to understand that over 80% of public servants, especially middle income public servants, retire broke. I mean, these people were in good offices, they made money, how they made it fine. But they made money, bought properties, they traveled across the world, sent children to universities, they retire broke. In fact, the typical thing that happens to public servants is by the time they retire, you see them live a good life for the first 5 years, let's say the first 3 to 5 years, and then everything down the line will shift. Because at this time, you have medical issues to deal with, you have so many other lifestyle changes and so many unplanned things to deal with that the resources that you have are no longer enough to take care of all of this. But if these people were strategic in their investment, then they would have built a portfolio of investments that would have taken care of them all through the time that God has given them on this earth. And then they will leave a legacy for their children. In fact, from what we've seen is most people end up selling off everything that they own just to be able to take care of themselves. So this is what happens to 80% of public servants who make these investments during their work life. They don't get to reap the benefits at retirement. This is why we have started a program named SPIRE. SPIRE, that is Strategic Property Investment for Retirement Enrichment. The crux of SPIRE is to help middle income earners invest strategically so that they can retire rich, even leave a legacy for their loved ones. And what is the premise of SPIRE? What is the principle, the strategic investment principle of SPIRE? Well, there's a whole complex, if you're looking at investing in properties as a career, there's a whole complex bouquet of principles that you can look at. But for the purpose of a public servant who has made some money and then is looking to retire and wants to retire with an enriched package, a steady source of passive income, then we have reduced all of these principles into three. Because basically, acquiring properties for retirement enrichment, especially for a public servant, requires doing three things. The first set of properties you buy are for security. That is where you talk about buying a home for your family so you can stay in your own house, become a landlord, and feel that dream of becoming a landlord. Now, the second category of properties that you should buy should be for cash flow. That's where you talk about rentals or commercial properties that are bringing you what do you call it, a residual income, right? Or passive income, if you will. And then the third category of properties that you should buy should be capital appreciation. That is where you talk about joint ventures and all of that. So this is an area that we are going to be focusing on for some time to help people who fit within this niche category strategically invest so that by the time they retire with enrichment. So this is something that interests you. Continue to watch our space because in the next coming months, I'll be releasing more videos around this to tell you how you can do this, how you can structure your investment so that by the time you retire, you will not become a statistic of the 80% of the people who retire poor. So if this is something that you're interested in, keep your focus on this space. Continue to visit our channels, whether on TikTok, Facebook, X, wherever you are getting our content from, so that you will receive this content every time that I drop it. And tell me your comments. If you have any comments or any requests or any particular question, drop them in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer them. Cheers.